I used 1 million crystals. I counted every single one of them.
Maybe I should have built a set out of them.
You could, yeah. You could.
It sounds like you had enough.
This will be for Rocketman 2.
What's nice or ideal in a production is if you can sort of keep everybody in the same space. Obviously, we've both got our own individual departments and we take it down a direction that we feel is the right one. And then we sit down and we check out that we're not working against each other and that the colour tones work together. Because it was a really small studio, we have control over the whole space and I can see what they're doing, wander around. They're very, very overheated.
It was very overheated. The hottest summer on record.
In a marquee, they had the biggest marquee, but it was very no air conditioning. We don't do air conditioning.
I think that's the reason I used to come and see you, just to get away from it also. So it was quite lucky.
Throughout the film, it's always been and was always intentional that Elton was the main part and the focus of each scene. So, you know, as much as the sets are quite elaborate and ostentatious, they're still supposed to give him the focus and the attention, really.
I sort of slightly fought to try and go and see the archive. They're worth a lot of money, and so you get there and there's, you know, his archive of stage wear, but there's also his personal archive. Seeing the clothing up close is great because you get a real feel and sense of time and period and fabrics. And we were allowed to sort of take out 5 pieces a week, but had them put on stands so my team could go up and have a look at them. It got you closer to sort of Elton, really. I remade some of the glasses, designed the glasses, bought vintage glasses and reimagined them. And we also got some glasses from Gucci. The jewellery was all from one place. It was all from Chopard. What was really amazing was on the first day of shooting, I'd asked for them to send along 3 watches and, you know, a whole bunch of earrings and rings. And when they arrive and they open up these containers, like Taron just looked at it and he was like, oh, I'm going to put this watch on. And it's incredible when you're putting on a watch worth $1 million.
Change your performance slightly.
So I had to use real diamonds.
The point he falls into the water, it's on the location as such. And then we're in a tank at Pinewood Studios. And obviously the boy is put in later digitally. He wasn't down in the bottom of the tank drowning.
No, and also, in fact, when we shot it, he wasn't even wearing the helmet. Yeah. That was put in digitally afterwards.
It's a really good bit of digital work, really.
And even the dressing gown we had to weigh down because one of the reasons we used the dressing gown so it would billow out and create this different silhouette. So we had to weigh it in different places to make sure it just didn't, you know, flop.
And it's a great colour tone, and that's really cool.
Well, I think the pink against the blue is really nice.
People don't pay to see Reg White. They pay to see Elton John. Sorry. I know. One
of the most challenging things, not necessarily the actual costume, was the idea that I had to present this to Elton. He came down to Bray, to the studio, and we all did a show and tell, and I showed him the concept drawings, you know, and it's quite nerve-wracking because there's a point where he could go, well, I don't like any of this, but luckily he loved it all. That was the challenge to me, to make sure that he loved what I was doing.
Both drew from reference of that period in time. It was a bit more chilled and it was a bit more haphazard.
Even though we don't necessarily live in each other's pockets, we've got a good understanding and, you know.
And I think that's more an intuition than anything else. If it works, you don't really need to fight hard to make it work, you know, I mean, it just flows.